Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of SWB Catering. I am Chef Stephanie. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends to tell their friends, tell their friends to tell their friends. Feel me? Okay, so today we're doing a little bit of brunch. We're making Mais Moulin in Haitian Creole, but in English, grits. I mean, grits could be white. Grits can be yellow Mais Moulin, right? Grits is actually the white version of the Mais Moulin for the Southerners, but we're using the Mais Moulin, the yellow version, okay? So, it's gonna be super quick. This is one of my favorite meals. We're gonna keep it as simple as possible. I'm gonna actually make a Parmesan grits because I just love cheese. And this is something you would have for brunch, or this is something us Haitian people would eat on a Saturday or Sunday morning as part of our brunch meal, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is get our cornmeal on the stove and ready to go before we start with the other ingredients, okay? So I have my pot already here. I have my cornmeal. We're going to turn it on. Let there be light. Woo! Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? I hope y'all saw that. Okay, you can't really see inside my pot. I'm sorry, it's a big pot. I'm not even making that much, but why am I using such a big pot? My mom used to say, it doesn't matter how big the pot is, at the end of the day, what it's gonna do? Swallow your food? Come on, you'd rather your pot be a little bit bigger than too small and you don't have enough room. In this case, I'm using a big pot, okay? So we have our pot here. It was already hot in the beginning. We're gonna add some olive oil to the bottom of our pan to coat it, okay? Because I'm just keeping my grits pretty simple. I'm not sauteing any onions, any garlic, anything in there because a lot of my flavor is gonna come from my shrimp, okay? So we're gonna pour our water. There's a measurement to this. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cornmeal is not something I really measure. We're gonna play by eye. You understand, right? So we're gonna add our water. Like I said, we're not making too much. The only thing I am gonna add in here is a little bit of salt, and a little bit of basil and oregano seasoning. Now we're going to take our cornmeal. So I am going to wash this. Why? Because I grew up in a very Haitian household and I don't want my people coming for me. But realistically speaking, what happened is you don't know what manufacturing company, how this was put together, how it was created. It's actually funny because I was watching a Instagram reel and someone who worked in a rice factory was talking about how why you should wash your rice because it was all over the floor and stuff. People are walking on it and everything. Disgusting, right? We know when it hits the fire, all germs, bacteria that's technically in there is gonna die, but why not some extra precaution, right? And you get out some of that cloudiness. So we're gonna pour it in a bowl. Then I'm going to go and rinse it off. Right? Real quick. So bear with me, guys. Okay? So we're gonna go rinse our Mais Moulin, grits, cornmeal, whatever you wanna call it. So give me 1 second, guys. Our water is boiling. Okay. Yo, this lid, heavy. Lou. Okay. So we have our cornmeal. It's gonna go into the pot. Right, I rinsed it already. You stir because you don't want no clumps. Nobody wants a clumpy cornmeal. Normally I would use a whisk, which I don't know why I'm not using a whisk because we're in the kitchen. We're gonna get a whisk. Okay, so we just want to give it a quick stir real quick. Looking good in the neighborhood. Okay, sorry. I always have a song. I know I look like a child when I just did that, but it'd be random too. Like the songs, you just be like, wait, what? What are you singing? Okay, so we're gonna give it a whisk. because we want to make sure we have enough cornmeal in there, our water, our seasoning. If anything, I think I'm just going to add a little bit of butter. Butter goes good with everything. And what kind of butter are we using today? Unsalted butter. Okay, so we're just going to put a little. Keep it nice and smooth. Okay, and that's it. There you go. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna cover it. We're going to, I ain't gonna lie to you guys, this lid is heavy. All right, woo! We're gonna cover it. We're gonna bring down the temperature so it can cook. Now the fun stuff. What's the fun stuff? The shrimp. Okay, so I pretty much already deveined most of my shrimp, took the skin off, but I left 2 on there just to show you how we clean our shrimp, okay? A lot of people feel intimidated. You could buy shrimp that's already deveined and sort of cleaned, but did you know that shrimp has veins on both sides? What is the vein of it? We take it out because that's like where the food is digested, and it's just disgusting. It's underneath is where that other vein is, right? So you just run that knife right there, and that comes out real quick. Okay, there you go. Pulled it out. That's it. We're done. So, one more shrimp, right? Take the shrimp. If you wanted to wear gloves, you can. I'm not. It doesn't matter to me like that. This shrimp was already the vein on the top, so I'm just taking it off. I normally like to leave my tail on, but for this, today I decided not to. Okay, we took it out. Take, all that extra. Ugh. A lot of people don't eat shrimp. Why don't they eat shrimp? Because shrimp are bottom feeders. Pretty much you're at the bottom of the ocean eating up whatever is down there. We know what that means, right? What floats to the bottom. So, at the end of the day, I don't care. I said, mange shrimp. What mange shrimp? Not mange shrimp. You're eating shrimp, I'm eating shrimp, we're all eating shrimp. Okay? So, I'ma die. Not today. Okay, so, we took it out. There we go. And then now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go clean our shrimp. So I'm gonna squeeze half of a lemon, citron. We call it citron, right? Citron to us is lemon or lime, right? I'm gonna squeeze on it real quick just to clean it, give it a little bit more flavor. Seafood has such a strong scent that the acidity helps the smell. It also cleans it a bit, and you don't wanna leave it on too long, because if you didn't know, fish, most seafood, their flesh is so thin that the acidity actually starts to cook it, and the last thing you want is overcooked shrimp. So we squeeze, right? Squeeze. Ooh. Squeeze. Okay. And then we're gonna take it, wash it, and I will be right back. See you guys in a second. So my shrimp is cleaned, washed, and rinsed. Why do I have the paper towel? To pat it dry. Why? To take out that excess liquid so that when we season it, it actually sticks to our shrimp. Now, some people like to cook and season their shrimp. I don't know. For some reason, I prefer to have my meat, fish, whatever, marinated before it hits the fire, because I just think that it balances better, it blends better, it just sticks to it better. But that's me. You can always try it that way, and you can also try it my way. See how you feel, okay? So, seasoning, right? Like I said, seasoning for me might not be the same seasoning for you. I'm always, depending on the day, it's how I feel, okay? So we have a variety of different seasoning here. Some salt, pepper, a little bit of goyon, right? A little bit of Cajun. Cajun. I love my Cajun. Basil, oregano. You can never have too much basil and oregano. I love pepper. As I cough, because you ever put seasoning in the air or whatever, and you're like, oh, what did I do wrong? Okay, ladies and gents, épices. I put that on everything. I just love that commercial, so it's whatever. But yes, we have some épices, right? I'm not gonna put too much because I don't have that much shrimp. We're not trying to overpower the shrimp flavor. One thing about shrimp is like, is it a chameleon? The animal that can change whatever its environment is. That is what shrimp is. It takes on whatever flavor you want it to take on. Therefore, you don't want to overpower it too much because it will take on the flavor. Now, this is my mini food processor. Favorite joint to use because I put all my little garlics in there, and I got this off Amazon. It was so cheap. Them lightning deals. When you see them lightning deals, you better act quick because this was under $20. Okay? I love garlic. So because I'm adding garlic already to my shrimp, I'm probably gonna add a little bit more garlic to my dish because I like garlic. Okay? Now we mix. And then we're gonna add, to finally bind this, I normally like to use sesame seed oil, but today is not a sesame seed oil day. We're just gonna use a little bit of olive oil, not too much, just a little. Okay, cool. All right, now what are we going to do? Hold on, so you guys can see how the flavors are just nicely mixed, not too much, but just enough. Okay, we're gonna put our pot on, right? Because now it's the fun stuff, right? You could have done this the night before, have it already. I like to cook, for the most part, I like to prep ahead of time. But some days you come home from work and you just want to do something real quick, you'll be fine. Now the fun part, fire! And let there be light. It's the simple things that make me smile. Okay, I keep my lemons and limes in there. When I need them real quick, I can grab it. We're gonna rinse. We can never have too much acidity when you're doing seafood, right? Okay. Now we have our pot. We're gonna use butter, unsalted butter. So the first thing we're gonna do is cook our shrimp, right? So we put a little bit of unsalted butter. And look at that sizzle. That butter is melting nicely. I don't need it to be fully melted because, you know. Now we're gonna put our shrimp. So shrimp cooks. Y'all saw that, right? It's cool. It's cool. Shrimp cooks 1, 2, 3. So that's why I love using shrimp a lot. Even fish. Fish cooks salmon, it cooks quick too, right? Make sure you get all of that flavor out of that pot bowl. Okay. So we have our shrimp here. So we cook our shrimp first to let it get a little bit of nice color. And then we're gonna take it out. The reason why we're taking out of our pan, we're not leaving it to add all the other ingredients because we do not want our shrimp to overcook. Shrimp cooks really fast. We don't want that chewy taste. That's why I prefer, there's normally like a debate with my friends and family. Oh, what's the difference between cooked shrimp and raw shrimp? Once it's cooked, it's cooked. You have to like do techniques to like make it not as tough. But when it's raw, it's easier to play with, manipulate, right? So now, I'm letting my shrimp get like a little tar or burnt look. I don't know if you can see it, but it's almost like it's on a grill, but it's not on a grill. Can you guys see that? Ooh. All right, our shrimp is good. We take our shrimp out. Now, we put it to the side. We bring the heat down just a bit. What do we add next, right? We're gonna do some quick chops. We got our pepper, right? Because I love the color. And these are just how I like to make my shrimp and grits. You don't need all these extra things, but I like it. We're gonna use some white onion, but not too much, just a little. And then we're gonna use some red onion. I just like the balance of the two flavors in the onions. And it's all about the color for me. Okay, now we're gonna add a little bit more butter to our pan. I'd be like, oh, mes amis, this is butter, not margarine, not Crisco or whatever those other things. Butter, guys. All right, we're getting all of that flavors that was left behind from the shrimp, right? Then we're gonna throw in our peppers and onions so it can cook, but I don't want it to be too cooked. That is why I'm not putting my onion first. That is why I'm not, you know, I don't want it to be too cooked, right? It's the color for me, okay? And then, remember we talked about garlic? We're gonna add some more garlic. Yum, yummers, whatever. Okay, so now we're gonna use this, right? We're gonna let it cook. I like my veggies to be more on the, a little crunchy. Like we want it cooked, but not like soft, right? I want to taste each grain and look at it. Just, first of all, it looks amazing. Okay. Okay, now I love tomatoes. We're having some tomatoes. So, fiery roasted, it's the seasoning. The seasoning hits your throat. We're gonna leave that one alone. Okay. All right, I'm not gonna use all of it because I don't have that much shrimp, but I just love tomatoes. Guys, when I tell you the scent in here, this smells good. I'm gonna throw this in here. We're gonna slice it just a bit. Hold on 1 second. So this is a Scotch bonnet. It's where the hot spice, this is actually what's in my pickles, Scotch bonnet. I have pickles on the table because I'm gonna use a little bit of the juice, but slice it enough so that the flavor comes out of it, but it's not overly spiced, right? Now, what do? You taste our food to see what the flavor is like so you know what you want to add, okay? The garlic, the onion, the peppers, the tomato. No, this tastes good. I'm just gonna stick to salt and pepper for this dish. Right? And then I'm gonna add a little bit of the pickles because we put that on everything too. That's where the spice is gonna come from, right? I really wish you can smell this. This actually tastes, now I'm gonna bring up my fire just a little bit. This is what it looks like, okay? I didn't use any tomato sauce, anything, because actually the diced tomato had its own liquid and stuff. It produced it. Everything is looking great. Our flavor. What am I gonna add back in here? The shrimp. All of that seasoning and stuff we added to the shrimp is going back into the pan. And what do you think it's gonna do? It's gonna combine everything together. Ooh. Mmm. Feel me? Okay. All right. Let's taste it again. You have to taste as you're cooking. This right here. This right here. Okay, now we're gonna bring the temperature down. Okay, everyone, so our shrimp, nicely done, ready to go. Now it is time to see what is in our Mais Moulin pot, our grits, cornmeal. Okay? Whatever you want to call it, you want to call it. Woo! Timoon? Timoon, children, but it really means everybody in our culture. It's just something we say. Oh, wait, y'all need to see this. Okay, so what's missing? Because we said we're making Parmesan grits, right? Kisa no makila. Parmesan! I like Parmesan so much that sometimes I really do eat it just like this. Like, not sit and eat it. All right, we're gonna move on. Okay, we're gonna add our Parmesan to our pot. What the heck? Listen, if you're making this for you, you decide on your quantity of Parmesan-ness. What else does she do? She creates her own words. A lot of my friends and people who care for me judge me, but some of them walk around with notebooks so they can write down the words that I've made. Whatever. I keep them entertained. Okay. Top. Shh. Silence. Listen to this. All right. Because I added the Parmesan, I ain't gonna lie, the flavor in this pot, like the scent, already just changed on some like yummy goodnessness. Okay, so this is cooked. This is cooked. What do you guys think is next? My favorite part. Plating and eating. And because this is brunch, we're gonna have something to drink with it. Normally it would be sangria, but today we're not gonna do sangria today. We're gonna do something else. Another one of my favorite. You guys are gonna start to learn the things that I like to drink. It's not really the typical things that everybody else likes to drink because I am me and you are you, and that's just that. Okay, so we're gonna come back in a few minutes. We're gonna plate together and then that will be all. Okay, so what is left? Plating, right? How are we gonna serve the people this yummy Mais Moulin. Oui, bah elle a senti bon, bah elle a tellement senti bon. Bah connais. Got it. Bon bagay. Bon manger. Good food. Yumminess. Look at it. And what comes next? All of this amazing toppings. Ooh. The tomato, the shrimp, the pepper, and just like that. So I would have finished this with some microgreens, but today we're not doing microgreens. We're gonna do some parsley. Why? Because we have a thing about colors. The greens on the plate, to me, just makes it so pretty. And because this is brunch, kinky. If you haven't gotten the theme of how I cook my meal, you need to get on board. But this is a fruit punch flavor. It's actually one of my favorite. And we don't need too much. We just need enough. Because this gets me where I need to be for brunch. But, Timoon, everyone, Tutmoon, my peoples, my friends, this is a meal. So, this was quick, this was easy. This probably took maybe 30 minutes tops. Next time we'll probably make some Mais Moulin, some grits, whatever you want to call it, with some spinach or whatever. But today, this is how we made it. Some Parmesan, shrimp, and grits with some tomatoes, peppers, onions, all that beautifulness. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today, for watching me cook, for enjoying my entertainment. Anyways, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandmother, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, whoever, to definitely check out my page, leave a comment, and also follow me on Instagram, right? I will read your comments, your questions, your concerns. Let me know what else you would like to learn to cook. Let me know what else you want me to make. Let me know what else you just want to see what my take is on, because the goal is to make food that doesn't take too long, but that still looks pretty. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.